Good morning, guys, and welcome to my channel. It is Friday, so it's Friday morning. I'm here in my flat, and the weather is well, it's cold, but not minus. It's autumn, nearly winter, and the tree is getting sparser and sparser. The leaves are falling off, but it's still pretty. To see the burnt orange colours outside my window of the autumn leaves dropping off. It's lovely. The colours of autumn. We'll soon be well into winter, won't we? Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. I've just returned from the fourth millennium to tell you that it's pretend to be a time traveler day. Hopefully the creatures I was battling there didn't follow me back. Uh-oh.
So it's pretend to be a time traveller day, like Doctor Who, is it? Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. It's 8:34 a.m.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
Right now in Rochester, it's 7 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has partly sunny weather, with a high of 11 degrees and a low of 7 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
What kind of cheese can you use to hide a horse? Mascarpone.
And Alexa, whose birthday is it today? Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
Today's famous birthdays include American political scientist and author Norman Finkelstein, Trinidad and Tobago-born rapper, singer and actress Nicki Minaj, American actress, presenter, writer Terry Hatcher, American basketball player Dwight Howard, and American heavy metal singer Corey Taylor.
Alexa, how old is Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj is 41 years old.
41. Right, guys, so it is Friday morning. I've got up and I do what I usually do. Make myself a coffee, feed my pets, and get ready for the day ahead. When Nikki keeps eating, she's trying to make up. She went missing a few months ago, and basically she just keeps eating and eating and eating, because I think she was probably starved almost to death for a month. Outside she went missing and was found underneath a car, almost a complete skeleton, frightened and not knowing where she was, but she managed to get back. Whether she was held somewhere, she managed to get back to where she almost lived. And how, I don't know, because she was an indoor cat. So there you go. I got her back. Some poor people's cats are found dead, or worse. There was a spate of people's cats being killed where I used to live before. A few people found their cats killed. It is absolutely awful that some people can torture pets and children. They have no feelings, they're just like, they must be stone cold killers basically, because to hurt anything, it's just, I couldn't imagine it, to absolutely hurt a living thing. It just amazes me how people can just do that. They either must be high on drugs, or there just simply isn't anything in there, is there? There's nothing in there. If you can hurt a pet, a child, or a living thing, you can't have any feelings, can you? You can't have any feelings at all. It must be robot or a stone statue. I've never understood it, and I won't to this day. How some people could just kill and not feel anything. Excuse me. Yesterday, I sat down and I was watching videos on YouTube last night. I didn't actually get to watch a film, and I just relaxed in my flat listening to YouTube videos, and I play Scrabble Go, which is a word game. I'm into quizzes. I like Lingo on TV. Lingo, if anyone's watched Lingo, Asian presenter, that's a great word game. I also have been watching the new Deal or No Deal with Stephen Mulhern. I used to like Noel Edmonds. I watched this Stephen Mulhern guy is getting, quite famous on TV, isn't he? With his new Deal or No Deal. I've been watching that. And of course, there's Catchphrase. Stephen Mulhern presents that, doesn't he? Catchphrase. And yeah, I used to watch Dress to Impress in my old flat. I used to watch it. So I wrote about it in my diary. Dress to Impress. Used to watch that, where guys go out and buy clothes for a girl, and girls go out and buy clothes for a guy, and they dress them up. So I think the TV industry, and obviously the radio industry, attracts obviously younger people, thinking fame is going to bring you fortune, and that you have to be pretty, you have to be good looking. Hence things like Love Island and Big Brother and reality shows. Like young people want to get rich quick. There's been a lot of suicides and celebrity deaths lately. So along with being famous, you've got to have that strong personality, because when you get rich, when you get famous, you get introduced to drugs. You get all these fake people after you because you've got this fame now, and they want to catch onto your fame, and they want you to introduce them to celebrities. Do you know what I mean? So you get used when you're famous as well. You can get used and get in with the wrong people. I mean, George Michael, yeah, he took drugs, right? When he first started singing, he was a handsome young man with Wham, wasn't he? He was gorgeous, handsome. All the girls went after him, and then he turned out to be a closet gay. He came out as gay, and his whole career turned into a mess through drugs and doing stupid things, in my opinion. Right? He died by himself at the age of 53, all really large and bloated. He died on his own at Christmas in 2016. It doesn't matter if you've got money, it doesn't matter if you're famous, it doesn't matter. Remember, the Queen of England's gone. Our Queen of England is gone. You don't live forever, right? And death is a thing we don't really talk about. We don't want to talk about, right? We just want to. But just lately, when my father died, that was when I realised that there's no point to getting cross. There's no point to getting angry. There's no point of it. There's no point in fighting. There's no point. You're here 1 minute, you're gone. But so I'm just getting on with my life, and I don't want any stress in it. I do not want stress in my life. I do not want to shout. I do not want to argue. I do not want to be miserable. And if I end up on my own at Christmas, then I'm going to play Christmas music. I'm going to sing karaoke songs. I've got my Christmas dinner planned by myself, and I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to go around Christmas Day ranting, raving, shouting and being miserable. There is absolutely no point to it. There isn't. You can call somebody fat till you're blue in the face. You can call them ugly. You can laugh at them. You can humiliate them. But if you turn round to these people and you say, yes, well, I am a little bit overweight. Yeah, to some people I might not be pretty. But what has that got to do with you? What has that got to do with you? I'm not going around to your address and being a nuisance. I'm not looking up your profile on Facebook or Instagram and saying you're fat, you're ugly, you're not all that. So why the hell are you doing that to me? What business is it of yours, right? I mean, who cares? You're highlighting things that nobody else even look at me. So why are you doing it for? When you talk about someone, you are putting them in the spotlight. So you are directing everybody else to them. So in the case of Tattle Life, you're directing everyone to my YouTube channel. You are directing everyone to me. Now, if you just put a sock in it and didn't mention it, no one would know I existed, would they? Right? So why don't you just wind your neck in, bully, and just get on with your life and stop interfering in mine? Because the more you interfere in mine, I'm going to start singing louder, speaking out more, and putting myself out there. So if you just shut up, everything would be okay, wouldn't it? I don't know what you're doing it for. I don't know why you're hooking onto my dating sites, asking me where I am and what I'm doing. So I had a nasty scenario last night, which wasn't pleasant, but I dealt with it. I just walked through it. If someone was hideously ugly, you wouldn't stage these stupid things where I'm in the middle of loads of men, which I was last night, going out with their partners. You know, you don't, so when someone goes, what do people do? They look, but they're looking at the person that's going, I mean, what the fuck did they say that for? And then they're directing the attention onto themselves and they're making themselves look ugly inside. Because bullying is ugly. It causes girls and boys at school to kill themselves because they can't deal with it, going to school every day being harassed by a big fat bully with no brains. And when you're younger, like myself, I couldn't deal with it. Every day I went to school, my life was made a misery. I wasn't ugly. I wasn't ugly at all. A couple of black girls, and I'm not going to say they were white because they were black, decided to make every day of my school life a misery. The one culprit was called Sharon, and I was the first day at school, very, very kind, nice girl, all dressed up in my brand new school uniform. I turned round, I smiled at this black girl, and she went, "What you fucking staring at?" Every day of my school life was made a misery because I'd smiled at this girl. Just smiled at her. I hated that school. I hated it. I didn't learn. I didn't want to go there. And these gang of girls decided to bully me every single day. I couldn't sit in the school dinner room. They would laugh at me because I couldn't defend myself, or I wouldn't defend myself because I was a victim of child abuse, and I was threatened by my father that he would murder me if I spoke about it. So I kept my mouth shut. And you can't turn around. I wanted to shout from the rooftops. I wanted to grab these bullies by the neck and make them see sense. But when you're a kid, you don't. It wasn't till I actually left my father and went through a horrific marriage that I decided, right, enough is enough. I'm gonna speak about this. You know, horrendous atrocities go on every single day where children are abused by parents, grandparents, even brothers and sisters, and they haven't got a voice to speak out. They're silenced. They're threatened. I was. If I was that girl, I would have done things differently, but you don't know. Those bullies ruined my school life. I have bullies at work, bullying my work life. I've gone to places as an adult now and I've been sexually abused in government buildings. I have. No one takes responsibility. They turned a blind eye. Some of them laughed at it and thought it was funny being abused in a training centre, because I was, right? I'm cast out because I will not join in with their drugs, their drink and their illegal sex. So I'm on my own because I won't do things that are wrong. And I won't. You know, if I see things on the floor, I don't steal, I put it back on the shelf. There's a lot of thieving going on, there's a lot of drugs, there are a lot of illegal police, you know, fake police, fraudulent police that are involved in drugs and illegal stuff. And that's a fact. So if someone's got police as friends, a policeman can get them off the hook, which has happened in my case several times. And how do you know how do I know that was a bona fide British gas worker? He didn't show me his ID badge. He had no form of identity on him. He walked straight into my flat and started using my plugs and my electric. I'm older now, right? I've got 2 alarms on me. I've got a phone to call the police, right? They know they can't get away with what they were doing at my other form of address because I would take them. They weren't boyfriends off those dating sites. They weren't boyfriends at all. They would come into my flat, see the state of it. They wouldn't offer to help. They would just stand there and fucking use me like a donkey. Like they were shagging some sort of free game. And they're not doing it anymore. Hence, when that Charlie came up to me on the field, I actually found my voice and I said, I'm not your friend, Charlie. I don't know what that Charlie was doing, to be fair. Inviting me back to his flat with builders on scaffolding outside it, laughing through his bedroom window, while Charlie was basically trying to come up to me and try something on. I got up, I got out of his bedroom, I went back into the living room where his female friend was. I'm not into that. Perhaps they paid the guy a few quid to try and do a bit of pornography in his flat. I don't know what was going on there. But you've got these hideous workmen outside looking in through the windows while he's coming up to me in his bedroom. And then he tries to make out I'm older than him and I'm younger than he is. Because I believe all those men that came out to me at my previous address were pretending I was my elderly mother. And dressing up like my dad. Or maybe they were trying to frighten me, I don't know. One of them came from Surrey. Surrey. I get it now. I'll come round and I'll give your feet a massage. No. It's not their real names. And you won't know where they live, because if they do something to me in my flat, they can't be traced. And they're not doing that. And now I'm not speaking to any of them. They can get fucked. Where are you? Where are you going? What are you doing? And they lie as well. Oh, I like older women. And then they come round, you're just like a piece of meat. They do what they've got to do, they leave, and you never see them again. But that was 6 years ago. I'm quite happy by myself. I don't want to get involved in that. It sounds to me like they've been filming porn. See you later.